Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Vegeta and seeing just how good he does in the Omega Shenron event. Now, the Omega Shenron event is pretty tough. It's a little bit different to like Fusion Zamasu. It's a little bit different to some of the other fights. You know, he's got a little bit more going on in some ways and a little bit less in others. Like he hits a little bit less hard than Zamasu, but at the same time he also has abilities to lock you in place, to seal you. He debuffs you a lot on his attacks. There's a lot that he does. Now Vegeta we want to see just how well Vegeta does, and Vegeta does great. So right now Vegeta is an absolute dominant force, especially on global, but even on JP he's feeling really good. It feels like they did great with his design. He's functioning really well. And everything's coming out the gate working really good. Yeah, the guarding wall attacks, the damage reduction is all coming together really nicely with his overall kit. I will say damage at 55% and like, yeah, with like a dupe or two, damage feels okay. It's not that it's bad, it just doesn't, especially in the base form, doesn't feel insane. And remember, a lot of it's tied to the enemy's HP. So sometimes what's happening is you know, at least the way I'm seeing it right now, Vegeta just essentially kind of needs to really face an enemy that can stay at low health without him incinerating him. But yeah, honestly, Vegeta does great. I think Vegeta's really in an amazing unit, and he's in an amazing place right now. His kit is excellent, his functionality is excellent, he's got great utility, super strong defensively. I think the active skill helps him out a lot. I think he himself, he does great in all content. And you know, right now, at least, his ability to transform can pretty much be activated immediately if you want. I have yet to find a boss where he struggles. Yeah, post transformation, even quite early on into fights, he like doesn't struggle if you transform him early, which is great. You know, I think it helps out a lot. I think it's excellent to see. But yeah, I think for me, Vegeta is really solid, and I've really liked using him. Now his team functionality at an interesting point. I think it's a lot stronger on JP than it is on the I think it's a lot stronger on the JP side than it is on the global side. But it doesn't mean that his team's not good. I think it's still quite solid. You just need a few more, like you need a few more specific pieces on the global side than you do on the JP side. But yeah, now overall Vegeta is in a good position, and the Omega Shenron event kind of caters to that. So he just gets everything he wants from the Omega Shenron event, those initial couple turns against the tech unit, allowing him to build up, allowing him to raise that defense, allowing him to just kind of build continuously, become stronger and better, and just to really improve himself a lot. I think is really awesome. And then of course he's able to stack during that time. Of course, then you come to the strength phase. Now the strength phase, he can kind of continue to stack. You don't need to worry about him too much. You know, he could potentially get taken out by a super attack, but it's very unlikely. He would have to be hit beforehand. You can stack him a little bit more during the strength phase, and then during the int phase, you can just let him loose. So during the int phase, you can just go ham, transform him, and just let him like go to town. The reason you want to transform him during the int phase is he will take a lot of damage. Even Vegeta will take a lot of damage if he is caught by a super attack once his guard drops. Definitely is something like that you'll feel. I'm not saying you'll die. Depending on your stacks, he could very well survive, but it's definitely a lot tighter if you don't transform him. If you transform him, you obviously reactivate the guard, and everything starts to then come together quite nicely. So really good stuff. I think overall for me, Vegeta's great. He's done fantastic in pretty much every event I put him in, and even at 55%, 70%, with dupe, without dupe, he's felt good. He's just felt good. Felt really easy to use. His team's a little bit inconsistent, and his damage is not hard carry level damage, even at 55%, well, sorry, at 55% especially. Not that it's terrible, but it's not the same kind of output as a holistically offensive unit. But I think Vegeta's got a great mix of abilities. I think he's incredibly good offensively, whilst being incredibly solid defensively. He's not the best defensive unit in the game, but he's a very excellent defensive unit. And he's not the best offensive unit in the game, but he's a very excellent offensive unit. So he's one of those units that's just really cool because it kind of does a bit of both. And I think that's really enticing to a lot of players. Because, yeah, I just think he tends to look really good in that situation. But that's basically going to be it from me. Honestly speaking, there's just not too much more to say about him. I think he excels in a lot of situations. And, yeah, I think it's really, really awesome. But that's going to be it for me. You can see him here tank a super from Omega Shenron without any items, or with even getting hit beforehand or his super attack off. And that should tell you pretty much everything that you need to know about Vegeta, because the fact that he can do that just shows you that he's pretty much a beast. And yeah, of course, you want him to stack as much as possible, but don't be scared. Don't be scared to transform him. This guy's a beast. Let him rip. Don't worry, especially right now on global. Just let him go. Just let him transform and let him rip, and he'll just kind of dominate. I think in the JP side of things, there's longer form events that he can stack for a bit longer for. Yeah.